Okay, it looks like we're live. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of The Joy of Planting. We're gonna just pick up right where we left off last time. We're gonna keep working on the Flagstaff course, our our World Cup of Design project, and I think we'll just throw some music on and get to it. All right. Well, good news, bad news. We only have let's see. It's 13, 14, 15, and 17 left, so about 3.5 holes. We're getting close. I already started doodling this bunker in. Not totally sold on how I want to do this one yet, but we'll figure it out. Alright, we'll throw another one way back there. So we can layer the two of them. Alright, that works for me. Nothing crazy, but it works for me. And actually, we do want that one for our flatten brush. We'll see how today goes. I'm a little tired and a little grumpy today, so don't know we'll be doing a very long episode today or not. Who knows? Maybe when you go in with no expectations, that's the day you actually get stuff done. Or I just stall out and get frustrated and call it an evening. Yep, alright, that works for me. Alright. This song's a little annoying. Maybe we skip this one. Alright, that works. Hey Trashman, how's it going? I'm doing alright. I kind of want to rethink this green a little bit, but not entirely sure. Exactly, Maddie. You know how it is. And we have our first Orion sighting of the stream. Hello. Hi. Yes, do you want to say hi? I want to throw one off to the left side at some point. Just don't know where. Probably even do something like that. Yeah, maybe. I have lots of practice. And you know, it's a style that comes relatively easy to me, just out of, you know, in terms of, yeah, lots of practice. I've done stuff in this style a lot, so I usually have a pretty good idea how to make it work. Man, we've gotten to some really annoying songs in this playlist, haven't we? Alright, let's play this one through. Okay, yeah, so that's the, this bunker's not really in play for the back tees. Just that one. This means your landing area is as close to that one as you can get. Maybe you end up here. Which then leaves... Yeah, so this... I mean, I could put a bunker here. And that would work. Maybe something like there. That'll leave you like 150 yard shot for the easy layup, or, you know, if you laid back. Orion's sitting on my arms. Now it's going to be very hard to throw all this in here. German death reggae. Is that actually a thing? It sounds amazing. Or I just pick a different playlist that is not going to intermittently annoy me as we go through. We'll see. I try to mix up the... There's only so many playlists on the royalty-free music app I've been using, so... Whoops. So I've been trying not to repeat the same ones too much. But that also means that sometimes you just end up with weird ones. Like this one has been weird tonight. All right. My apologies if I'm a little slow here. I'm trying to design with just my offhand at the moment because Orion has curled up and snuggled up in my primary hand. So let's see. Well, now it'll just have to be a challenge. We'll just have to see if we can do a golf course with just my right hand. I should be able to do most of this. It'll just be slower. And I can't do the shift raise stuff yet. Or can I? I can't remember. I thought there was a way you could do this with keyboards only. Alright, okay, kitty. Oh, alright, time to adjust slightly. I'm sorry. There you go. Oh, you don't have to move. Okay, fine. I just needed my hand back. You didn't have to leave. That's fine. Alright. Hey Mike, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Alright, that should do it. It's weird hearing like songs with lyrics in this in the playlist. It's all like background instrumentals, and then every once in a while they'll just have vocals, and it's almost disorienting. Especially when it's iffy. Oh well. You can't be picky with free music. I gotta say, it's usually pretty solid, so no complaints. Just maybe not this evening. What do you use for music? I don't remember the name of the app. It is Soundstripe Music. That's what it was. It's like it's a Twitch extension of some kind. Eric showed it to me. So, and it works pretty well most of the time. Yeah, I said move. Why won't you move? Alright, there we go. Alright, that works. Oops, that's not what we wanted. Hey Blue, how's it going? Alright, I'm, yeah. Late. Alright, we're gonna swap, playlists here. Yes, it'll be one we've heard before, but, at least I know that this one will not be annoying. Yep, no worries. Anytime. I I guess it's inevitable that we repeat some songs on this playlist anyway, but there's only so much in it. Okay, so first things first. We want this to be a runoff area, we want to lower that a little bit. Whatever. We'll figure out the details to that later. That's a finishing detail. Alright, that one's okay. We'll just throw like a kinda hour shape-ish bunker in here. Alright, I like the right one, I don't like the left one yet. Can adjust that slightly. Well, congrats, Mim. Oh, that's awesome. That is fair. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I have. I think I had debated a couple times whether or not I wanted to monetize the channel and do all the affiliate stuff, but just kind of decided not to. I don't really feel like making emotes and stuff. It seems like a lot of effort for not a lot of payoff, I think. Plus, I don't really want to, I don't really want to monetize this channel, as I don't really want, again, I don't really want people to, not that anyone would necessarily feel obligated to, uh, you know, to throw a couple bucks my way or anything, but that's very much not why I'm doing this, so I didn't even really want to leave the option for people to do that. Wow, that turned out crappy. Alright. How'd that get so bad? Well, I don't know why I'm struggling so much with just coming up with anything for this bunker, but maybe we just we throw something in and just come back to the details of it later. Actually, that looks okay. All right, I think that's close. Alright, now I can just raise that down, or lower it down as well. Alright, just drop it down a bit. I should say, I guess, as this is the first stream post Super Bowl, I assume the chat have to have some thoughts on that. Did you enjoy it? Not enjoy it? Was it a massively depressing waste of time for everyone involved? You know, who can say? Exactly. Like the game sucked. The rest of the setup was just kind of it was okay, but It was just very bland and pointless, I thought. And it's just like, it's, TV's kind of escapism. I'd like to, I, you know, I couldn't hang out with the same people I always do every Super Bowl because we can't gather in groups, and so just trying to establish some sort of facsimile of that via Zoom was interesting. It ended up just being way more interesting than the game itself, because the game itself just sucked. And it was just like, all I wanted out of it was just to escape the realities of COVID stuff, and it's just non-stop reminders that, oh yeah, we really can't do that. So this whole experience was just depressing, and then watching Tom Brady win again just sucks. I mean, I have nothing against the Buccaneers, but it's just depressing to watch Brady win more games, or more Super Bowls. Like, all the respect to him as a player, but God, I hate him as a person. He's so massively unlikable. And it's just so boring to watch him win. I don't know if I want to put more bunkers past that front one or not, but maybe I could get away with putting one here. See, that's the funny part, is it's just like, yeah, as much as I was just, like, I got upset's maybe a strong word, but just irritated with the outcome of the game. There's almost not even anything to rant about. It was just boring. I mean, but it was the Bucks and the Chiefs making it were kind of the two most boring options out of the handful of serious contenders at it, and then it just resulted in the most boring game. Might have to move that cart path out a little bit away from those bunkers, or kind of out of the line of play, but I think we're close. All right, I think that's good enough for now. I don't really have any grand ideas for the green complex yet, but evening Scoot, how's it going? But anyway, I not really sure how I want the green to play, but I think we'll do a lot of that as we go along. Easy enough. I think, yeah, there's a lot of greens on this course that need some TLC, but again, I have about a month to get the greens right. So I'm not that worried about it. I'm more interested to see how I think I'm gonna what do you want to call it? How much of it I'm gonna put on stream or not. Because I definitely want to stream some of the kind of polishing process. But it's also, it's not really conducive to good video either. So I might do some of it and then do, the bulk of it off stream. Say, throw in a couple examples and things like that. Alright. But the idea there is fine. Okay, what's the length of this one? 193. Suppose I need to lower this a bit. Suppose we can make this one kind of interesting by having a shallow-ish green with long resulting in you taking your shot taking a bath. Yeah, 40 is okay. We probably don't want to go really any deeper than like 20, 22. Probably fine. Well, there's plenty of space short. Essentially short can be the bailout on this one. Alright. And we just kind of want to make sure that it doesn't feel too similar to any of our other par 3s we've done already. Alright, so let's see. So we have our short one kind of tilt to left. I think that's it till 9. Just kind of the long-ish one over water, kind of leans right. Then there's this one. Actually, This one's kind of similar to what I was doing there, except it's got a punch bowl green to it. At the very least, it looks similar, even if it doesn't really play similar. We have kind of the infinity green there, over the lake. And this one's also kind of infinity green with the lake. Different shot though. And actually I guess water is kind of in play on this one too. Again, we can... I think there's a risk of these being a little similar, but I can also just dive into the specifics of our set of par 3s later. They don't have to be perfect this early. We want to get the ideas penciled in, and if we have to change one or two of them, then that's fine. I gotta figure out cart path too, don't I? Suppose we can kind of run it up that way. Okay, let's see here. Again, making the apron on this one overly generous seems kind of like the thing to do on this one. Seeing as, I guess it's not that long of a par 3, but it's not a short shot for how shallow the green is either. Okay. Could almost like hit a 6 or an 8 there. Let's try that kind of right spot of the green. It actually might not be that hard to hit either. Especially since I'm hitting an 8-iron into it. Oh, well, we'll figure it out. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. Need to finish this one up. Never a good sign for your attention span. You just can't focus on the hole you're trying to finish. That's right. I'm gonna bump the path width down. Sharp and smooth, and we should be good. That's gonna need so much help. We'll have to address that other one later. Okay. Man, chat is as quiet as I am tonight. Everyone must be in that post-Super Bowl Monday kind of rut. Getting up this morning was tough. Definitely up too late last night. Any particular inspiration for this course? Not really. Other than I had an idea for kind of a style of course I wanted to build. There was one in the Flagstaff area that I saw that I liked I think the course itself wasn't very good, but just kind of the general feel around it was good. And that's kind of what I was going for. And then I think I took a couple cues from. I was just looking up, like, again, just examples of the style of course I could pull from. I think there was one in Reno that I had borrowed some stuff from. I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head. Nor can I remember the one in Flagstaff that I really liked the environment for. fair. It's kind of what. No, no worries. I'm not demanding that everyone needs to, to actively chime in. Trust me, I get it. I like to kind of lurk on streams and just watch in the background as well. So, I completely get it, and I am all for people just lurking and watching. I'm just, usually there's a little bit more, um, I'm just used to a certain amount of, I guess, energy, for lack of a better word, participation from chat on average, and it just, it's just a little more subdued today. Thanks, man. Glad you like it. I'm fingers crossed this one turns out pretty solid. I haven't really been completely sold on it just yet, but I really don't have any other ideas at the moment for World Cup, so that's a big nope. Throw a smaller one there. And the second one there. That could work. Whoops, that did not go the way I wanted. Why is it, Alright, there we go. Maybe that'll work a little better. How many different courses have you started for World Cup? Well, there's some kind of technicalities to that. Technically, I have started two, but one of them is already published. I started Cherrybrook uh, when Jeremy gave everyone the green light to go ahead and get started. But it quickly turned into something I ended up feeling like there wasn't any planting I could do that captured the vibe I was going for, and it just worked way better as a minimalist course, which probably isn't the best thing to do for World Cup. You wanna bring a little bit more wow factor. So, hence it's like a minimalist course with no planting, and like in a parkland style that really depends on kind of the subtleties of how the holes play. Again, it's probably never going to make a run. So I decided. Plus, I was absolutely flying through that course, and again, I think I've been done with it for more than a month. Since Jeremy opened the window early, and I hit the ground running, by the time the entry window had officially closed, or the sign up window had closed, I was already basically done with it. So that was the other reason I just decided, minimalist isn't bad. I just, I just didn't think I was gonna make a deep run with it. Plus, I also didn't want to sit on it for ages. I think if you can do minimalist right, you can do well. Oh, whoops, I have the wrong... But I always struggle with it, and I didn't think I could, you know, make it look interesting. Well, I mean, I should say it looks interesting, but not enough to keep up with, everything else in the contest. And I really like Cherry Brook too. I'm really happy with how it turned out. And I'm kind of glad I just decided to ignore the whole contest thing with it and just because I've just been again having a little bit of kind of designer's block, so to speak, lately, and again, just the fact that, hey, I really wanted to just bring something strong for World Cup, and just the pressure of like, okay, come up with a great idea was just completely stifling any kind of creative process I had going. So just freeing that course from the burden of, okay, I need this to win World Cup. And to be fair, I'd still design a lot faster than most folks on PC. So it's PC being helpful and just being kind of a faster designer in general. That you know, it's kind of really the 1-2 punch for flying through golf courses like this. But anyway, it was just I wanted to just let Cherry Brook be whatever it was going to be, and not worry about you know, how it was going to do in a contest and what judges would think of it, that sort of thing. And while I like this idea, I don't have nearly the same vision for it. So I'm not. It's I don't know, not to like. Maybe masterpiece is the wrong word, but it was just I really liked how Cherry Brook played, and again there was just a very strong vision for it, and I didn't want to compromise that with anything. I just wanted to just let it do its thing. Whereas, you know, there isn't that kind of that same vibe for this one for me. This is just kind of what do you want to call it? This was just more of a vague idea for what kind of style or location I wanted to build a course in. And as you know, as I've gone through this one, I'm struggling a little bit with the course itself. So, you know, there is no like untapped or I don't know, or there's not any kind of like really obvious just great course on this plot. It's all going to be finding it anyways. You know, it's not going to come together the same way Cherry Brook did, where it's just stand back and get out of the way and let it happen. Yeah, or I should say, there's no effortlessly great course just sitting here for me, I think. Or at the very least, you know, I'm not going to be able to just, you know, just quickly, just like link stuff together in the same way I did with Cherry Brook. I don't know. Words are hard, and I'm extra tired today, so trying to phrase what I want to say is or what I'm trying to say about it is extra difficult. So apologies if I'm kind of rambling and not making a ton of sense. Well, this turned out okay. Again, it's a nice looking spot. We'll have to come up with a good green for that one. After Cherrybrook, though, I feel like I'm going to really have to start, I'm really going to have to start designing a lot more courses just as riffs on real-life courses. Because it gives you a very obvious direction and kind of reference material to pull from. And it's a really great way to just kind of, you know, if you're like me and you've just designed just a ton of courses, and you know, after a while it's hard not to do something you haven't done before. Plot does look pretty flat. I mean, there's a fair amount of movement on this one. I don't think it's like Cherrybrook turned out awesome in terms of elevation change, I think. And this was kind of my goal for this one, was honestly, it was just, okay, I wanted to channel a little bit of what made that work. And, like, there's definitely spots that have a little more land movement. But it's, yeah, I mean, kind of plus or minus 20 feet in a lot of places. I guess, yeah, there's 40 feet from there to there. I don't know if that's the high point of the course, though. Yeah, so maybe there's about 40-ish feet of elevation change throughout the whole course. Actually, this is the high point, I think. So we'll call it about 50. What was the inspiration for Cherrybrook? Aronimink. That was very, that was me diving into Aronimink as a style, and trying to, like, I wouldn't call it a full-on like Donald Ross course because I'm not good enough at picking apart his style to really recreate one. But at least, at the very least, it was my take on one. Me. Again, I think I might have to start doing, like, trying to do courses in the style of, like, a famous architect type thing. I mean, it's a kind of a fun idea. It just didn't have any ideas ready to go when I started this one. I think Aronimink's Pennsylvania, I believe, like Philly area. I mean, Philly's not far. I don't know. I think folks from the area might resent it being called a New York course, even though it's, you know, the area is kind of adjacent. I do want to dial up some of the local land movement on this course, though. Like, I like what we were doing with 1 and 10, that sort of stuff. I'd like to get similar kind of rolling landscape on other parts of the course. But I mean, for the meantime, I'm okay just getting kind of some general ideas down. Ever thought about doing anything Cape Cod-ish? I mean, I could. It wasn't something that jumped out at me, that really occurred to me. But yeah, I don't have any issues with it. I feel like I'm relatively committed to this idea as a World Cup course. Partially because I have about a month and a half left, and you know, doing an entire course in a month and a half with kind of my motivate. I wouldn't say I'm completely unmotivated to design, but I'm not have not really been feeling the design vibes lately. All right. So I haven't really felt like I haven't felt like doing a manic. Let's see. Kind of want to do a hole that kind of nudges driver out of your hands here, just because I can. So we'll come up with some way to do that. I don't need to do a prize dog leg thing here. Although I probably kind of almost need to if I'm gonna make this like a 3-wood hole. Does your first joy of planting ever turn into anything final? Like the one I did way back in season 1? You mean that one? Yeah, I had been meaning to finish that one up, and it just kind of died on the vine a little bit. Well, it was one of those where the maybe I come back to this one later. I can just do 17 for now. That should be, it's a straight uphill long par 4. It should be a little easier to come up with an idea for. Yeah, I think that one's kind of officially dead at this point. I think that was no, it was a 2019 course when I started. But it was just one of those where there's so many different styles going on in it, and it just I never knew what I wanted it to be. And by the time I had kind of come up with a decent idea for it, it was at that point where I really just needed to redesign every hole on the course to tie them back together into some kind of coherent style, and it just wasn't really worth it for me. It was an okay concept, but it wasn't something that jumped out as, oh, this needs to be made. I mean, I still have the file. If anybody wanted to give it a shot, and like I think I played around with the plot, and I liked some of the stuff I had done with the island and some cliffs and stuff, but I also realized that, oh, if I actually want to incorporate any of these cool features that I created by accident, yet again, I'm gonna have to basically redo the entire course. I've always had other projects that I feel are more promising and I'm more excited to work on. So I've never I mean, I keep picking the wrong textures. All right. So yeah, I just never committed to going and actually doing something with that one. But again, the file's not. I didn't delete it or anything. The file's still out there. I just figure I'm probably done with, or I'm probably never gonna come back to it. Since, even if I didn't have an active project, I'd probably just enjoy starting something else from scratch than trying to fiddle around with that one. But again, if anyone has the itch to play around with it, hit me up. I can send you the file. Happy to pass it along to somebody if that's in their wheelhouse. They're itching to work on it or anything. Because again, it's certainly not devoid of promise. It's just, I don't know. Sometimes I just hit the point where I'm stuck with with an idea, and I know I'm not gonna be able to do it justice in the way I want to. So I mean, the project's either at that point, just, it's best to just let it go and do something else, or pass it along, like get a fresh set of eyes on it, which I've done that with some courses. Where I'll send the file to a friend just like, hey, I'm just really stuck with this. Like, I need some ideas. So if you have any, just like you don't have to be fleshed out. But it's just what do you see when you look at this? How'd you throw stuff down on this file? Like, Orion Ranch is kind of that way, where I was just lost for ideas. The file was fine, but it wasn't ever exciting. So I got Thomas Petro's help on that one, and he really fleshed that out in a way that worked, and that kind of even that, like, it wasn't even for that one, it didn't even need any real a couple of the holes needed to be touched up, but for the most part the ideas worked. It was just kind of bland looking and feeling, and there wasn't any life to it. So he really helped that one kind of pop. Actually, speaking of which, I need to, we're very close on that one. I need to do some more work and get that one finished up. That's when I'm designing and not doing one of these, that's kind of what I've been working on, is just getting Orion Ranch polished up. Hey Adam, how's it going? This one might be a bit of a brute, but I'm kind of okay with that, because we don't have a lot of, like, downright challenging holes on this course, so... Yeah, like, this is a long hole for such a small green, but... I mean, otherwise it's relatively straightforward. And most of the holes in the closing stretch are relatively gettable. Especially 18. 18 is just such a gettable hole. We want 17 to be just downright obnoxiously penal. Yeah, that one turned out good, but again, that one doesn't fit the rest of the holes ended up being a lot more rugged in style, whereas that one par 3 ended up just kind of being like a Pebble Beach, Pebble Beach 7, and it just does not fit the rest of the course. So you either have to unruggedize the rugged holes, or find a way to ruggedize that hole. Alright, let's see. Yeah, why is it so... I mean, I didn't do anything crazy with this one. Why is it, the fairway's just so wavy? I gotcha. Alright, oh, that's why. I haven't upped my, my spline width back up. Okay, that makes some sense. Let's fix that. That works okay for now. We'll do a quick save, because I don't think I've done that yet tonight. That'd be a very good idea to do so. Okay. Alright, that's good enough for now. We'll probably come up with something else for these later. At least in terms of specifics and how I want these bunkers to look. I'm just not feeling the flow tonight. That one looks iffy, but it's not far off. I just don't really know how to fix a lot of these at the moment. You just kind of have to be in the mood for it to really, I don't know. Some days you can just kind of visualize things better than others, at least for me. So sometimes you'll just kind of effortlessly just throw down stuff and it'll work, and other times you'll just, you know, you'll throw 8 ideas down and they'll all be terrible. Thought of any names for this bad boy? Not yet. On my to-do list. Figure I'll hop on Google Earth at some point. No. Song name. Let me go find it. It is Digital Hearts by Matt Wigton. Like Wigton. Unless you meant the last one. In which case... Fluffy Fingers by Mikey Geiger. Again, I'm not sure when the comment popped in, so I'm assuming it's the current song. Hmm. Glad you like it. Alright, this'll work for me. Okay, we'll just roll these in. Well, I guess the good news for tonight, even if I'm not enamored with anything I've done yet this evening, I thought I was going to have trouble filling out an episode, and we're already effortlessly at an hour and a half. So I actually have to start thinking about wrapping this episode up at some point. Not that we have to do it right this second, but I probably don't want to really start on anything that isn't kind of the current idea I'm working with. It could probably just be, finishing up the bunkering on this one and throwing some trees and stuff in, and that should probably be it for the episode. Plus, we only have one more whole concept left. I might almost do that one off stream and start doing, next episode might be, 'cause I've done so many, we have, 8 full episodes of me just tracing in whole ideas and working with that. Again, which is generally kind of the meat of the content here. I think that's still more interesting than me endlessly tinkering with a whole concept. But we also want a little bit of variety in this as well. That looks okay. I'm debating how many, if any, bunkers I want to put around that green. Or if I want to limit it to... Alright, let's see. Alright, this one I like, so we'll put that one in. Then we'll sort the rest out later. Yeah, okay, that I don't mind this green being small, but that's overly small. I'll probably expand that just a little bit. Okay, we'll figure it out. It just might not be on this stream. Just as I'm hitting the end of the runtime for the episode, I also need to go feed Orion, and I'm kind of just running out of steam. We've gotten a fair amount done though, so I don't really mind just cutting the episode here. Again, I can always just finish this this idea up in the next episode. Suppose I need to grab some trees. Multi-object clusters. There you go. Now whatever. It's good enough to get a sense of what it's gonna look like. Okay, we'll have to fill in some of this dead space here, but you know, it's a start. And then I like the ending or the finishing hole. That's a good look. Also, I guess I can. I want to raise the back edge of these bunkers a little bit. Really make the shapes pop a little bit. All right. Yeah, we'll have to do some more of that in places. Well, that's pretty darn good. Anyway, we can go play through the stuff that we just pieced together. And then we can call it an episode. always at least want to take a look at, you know, what I've worked on. Again, good looking tee shot, so at least we're on the right track there. I think I'm gonna almost have to. I have a feeling I'm gonna almost pretty much end up scrapping most of the. Yeah, I think there will be. It might be mostly Kerbal, but I think we'll do some post Joy of Planting stuff. Cause honestly, outside of designing, I haven't had a whole lot of an itch to play this game in a little bit, so I'm okay with taking a break. I don't need to overdo it. And I've been enjoying my foray back into Kerbal, so. Terrible putting, but that's okay. Then we can just roll through this one relatively quickly. There's nothing here yet. Okay, we'll have to figure out what we're doing with this one. Alright, now for the long par 3, which, I mean, to be fair, was not done on this stream, but it was done recently. Again, this one's gonna. I like the spot this one sits in, but again, this one is gonna need a fair amount of TLC as we go. I love the closing hole. This is at least one thing I did very right on this course, I think. Just that tee shot, you know, looking in on the last is pretty nice. But yeah, so there it is. The closing stretch to the yet to be named World Cup of Design course. Now, yeah, now we've hit our hour 40 mark. Definitely, again, it's holes. I think like 1, 10, 9, and 18 are kind of my favorites on this one so far, and I think that's what, yeah, and the couple times where I've thought maybe I should quit this and start over, I think those are the ones that have convinced me that there's potential in the idea and that I should just stick with it and finish it up. Plus, I really don't feel like doing a full another course in the next month, so that definitely helps as well. But anyway, I guess, you know, the next episode will be, at the very least, will be us finishing up 17 and doing 15. It'll probably be about a full episode, just that right there. And then outside of that, I'm just not entirely sure how the rest of the season will work. But rest assured, I'll try to get as much of the interesting parts on stream. Probably, we'll probably try to do most, if not all, of the green complexes on stream, as that's kind of I think that's a kind of important piece. I'll do a little bit of planting just to show how it's done, and then I'll probably do most of that off stream. It's very repetitive. Well, once you know how it's done, then it's just sitting down and doing all of it. So nothing crazy there. Maddie raiding just in time for me to do the after party. But anyway, thank you for the raid. I do like this kind of punch bowl green, even if it looks very similar to 14. Can even almost go in the same direction. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out which of the two is the better hole, and then just what do you want to call it? Scrap the worst of the two. But alright, anyway, I think that's when you're just mindlessly playtesting, that's when you know it's time to call it a night. Here, actually, we'll just pause the music. I guess we'll call it here. For those of you following on live, I'll just cut the stream and restart it here in just a sec. We'll do a little after Joy of Planting hangout. For those of you watching on YouTube or the VOD, thank you for tuning in to this episode, and we will see you next time. Until then, have a good one.